Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Normand series here on the Lord Master channel. We will be set to start our next conflict for another piece of Flanders that I have fabricated a claim for. And by golly, I will get it. It'll be up there. And it's soon. VIET will be next, and then Compatibility, and then Flanders itself. And then that we can begin our next fabrication of a claim over there once we got this one. Because our expansion to the coast is just a driving reason to not only increase our realm size, but that main drive is due to two, or maybe one reason. You can do holding management now, because you have 4 more domains, which I do. Still reminds you it's time to plant your directives to your personal holdings in the coming years. Ideally, you should align your priorities of your holdings to those of the realm as a whole. Very well, it's time to get to work. Your councils are eager to understand your plans for your personal domains, emphasizing the importance of alignment with overarching strategies for the realm. What specific priorities should you focus first? Ensuring coherence with your broader objectives set for the entire realm? Alternatively, do you believe in not assigning a particular priority at this juncture? Let me see. I mean, my priority ain't what it used to be. Well, let's give it a shot. Entertain nobles at courtly sports and arts. Oh! Damage trial will be slower. But whatever penalties I have has been negated. But the addiction outbreak. The expansion of foreign luxury trade aimed at pleasing nobles introduced troublesome new addictions and behaviors. But anyways, we look at trade policy. See, that's the reason why I want to expand the realm size. Get up to 12. We have 7 now. So, which means this is going to be number 8, number 9, 10, 11, if you include these counties. And maybe we'll take Amiens, or we'll go over there if you want more to the coast. But I do want most of Flanders. So I want you to move to here a bit, so we can get some breathing room back there by the time these armies assembles. But as we look, their military strength is inferior, even by their allies. We can take them all on. But taking that fort, although it's well fortified, is going to take some time. And there's going to be no need for mercenaries at this time, since we're against a rather token force. And any allies that will come to their aid will be too late. Development's 11. Development is 16. And it's got a trade point. So this one is more wealthier. A beast sighting there, which is about to expire. That explains it. Trade convergence, potential to low countries. That there is a natural harbor. You can build that there. That's why it's more developed. But you just wait till we get to Bruges, where it's an exceptional natural harbor. And all these things. Not to mention the farmlands terrain, which gives you that. I mean, if I wanted to hold a personal domain of myself for myself. Rouge would be great to have. But this goes first. And remember, my priority is for diplomacy. Just to get that perk. To give my children some few extra skill points more. I wish I had this. But I did want to be an inspector for the fundamental development growth. Let's do it. Doesn't cost as much, piety wise. I ain't afraid. It'll take a month's time. Our heralds have returned. The proclamation read, and the war against Count Odorico is now official. With letters summoning your vassals have flown across the realm, ordering every able man to leave their fields and gather under your banner. Yet, as the drones beat day and night, your marshal reports that some of your lesser lords of bannermen are showing reluctance to answer the call. Some are deserting. How shall we deal with them? Let the abs be their judgment, I only need the loyal. I ain't scared of shit. And neither is you. My Chancellor at least presents a map with several realms highlighted. My lord, while we prepare for war, we should consider formalizing alliances with the realms that share our interests. I've jotted proposals for several potential allies who also have reasons to see our enemy weaken. Securing these alliances would require some diplomatic concessions and perhaps marriage arrangements, but the military advantage of coordinated attacks on multiple fronts would be substantial. Army siege weapon effectiveness increased just to get the damn war done. Go ahead. We have very good income. We'll get it all back in future. The army of VIET joins. They don't seem to be going anywhere. They're standing their ground unless we approach them. Nope, they're getting away. Honestly, we'd be better off just to take the place and be one and done, alright? No need to fight a battle. Just do your job. It'll be done in due time. And it's got a bunch of good loot in there, too. Gotcha. And we got a mighty stag hide. That's a court artifact. I exit my tent as the siege camp sprawls out before me. Hobbled maze of tents, campfires, horses, wagons, figures about an improvised wooden palisade. Passing water and supplies back and forth. Flags and standards flutter in the fading light. The work is endless. Yours is a morass of mud and bodies. The air is found mostly beneath the canopy of tarps that cover the tents. The sweet scent of horses and sweat and leather intermingled the mixtures of blood and dried shit that kick our boots and cloaks. My local retainer approaches and enforces the siege center. I gather my bodyguards at the edge of the camp. The barony of Calais stands before me. A charred, tunneled heap of rubble and bodies. In the fields between, a red and yellow sea of roaring flames rises high in the air. Bodies lay where they died, charred and twisted. Frightened survivors huddled in clusters among the ruins, speaking in hushed tones. Spoil it, and imprison everybody you see. Captured your spouse and your children. I want the money. And so until then, when they arrive at my capital in prison, before we can ransom, let's fight a battle. Right here, right now. Unless you want to keep on running. arrived at court. Heavens bless our every step. The heavens shine upon us in the county of Ypres. Clear skies guide our march, the wind favor our banners, and even the nights are seen warmer by the fire. Men whisper that fate itself blesses your endeavor. Our armies have regained 10% of their strength. Providence smiles upon us. A small bird rested on a branch of a tree high above me. It sang a little song for me for a minute or two before flying off. It was a lovely song, and certainly cheered me up for today. Wonder where that bird flew off to. Give me the money! Pay up! We got the whole army. Just wanted to kill him. Capture their knight and their steward. Come on, give me everything. Oh. Thank you for the ransom. And yes, you do gain prestige each time you ransom. Thanks to the dynasty legacy that I have. Now that they were bordered with them, let's see if I'll be around for 6 years to get one more piece of Flanders off of that. Got me to thinking. Hang on. Which one is it that gives me domain entitlement rights? For another +1 domain limit out of that. So entitlement rights. So what that is, it's like I wish I had a hook on, but I decided it's like, hey, we used to pay less taxes, but now we'll give you a little more. Huh. But however, in return, you give me entitlement rights. So for the liege, it hurts their legitimacy. While I gain +1 in domain, the fellow vassals do not like me more, and the castle holding construction cost is a lot cheaper. And vassals are more easily to accept calls for defensive wars. A vassal is granted 10% tax exceptions. A vassal has the right to establish new settlements, expand their domains, and construct new fortifications in Tenets and nobles with the support of their liege. That's the reason for that. Because Calais, I'm holding that for myself. And I'm willing to give them a tax contribution while reducing mine just a little bit of tax section. So there you have it. Calais is mine. And it seems I destroyed the Baileys, and it's now reduced to bastions and curtain walls. And it is time for me to go inspect. And at the same time, restore control. Now it takes 3 years. There's the main. Yeah, we got it all. I mean, I'm still a little dumbfounded she could be a knight. Hey, since you have so much prestige, why don't you make her a, let me see. Vanguard. Sprinkling leech modifier. Increasing regiment size. Valiant. No. Tender. Storm in the forest. Now you're an acclaimed knight, Stephanie. Wear that title proud. So, basically, even though Stephanie's diplomatic trained, she's one of the boys. Vincent lives. And I want you to remind that Evelina is no longer in that line of succession. So she gets only 3 more titles. While Rosalind will get listed and Vincent gets Ivry. And that includes the so he gets this, so he gets one. And the mark in Normandy. Right. Finally, urbanization for my capital county. Control growth and development. As I arrived here and brought to the study, a group of servants attended to my needs and fussed around me for a while until I asked them to leave. How am I meant to focus my task at hand if they keep found right around the room? Inspired levies, popular opinion out. Of course, you're going to improve the bureaucracy here. Mainly control focused. Sounds a good harvest. As I travel the flatlands here, I reflect on the all too common problem. As soon as we leave the city, we find ourselves stuck in muddy ditches and fallen paths that do not go anywhere. These old roads are barely of any use at all, unless I look to setting aside men to start working on repairs. It'll likely start attracting local citizens and foreign traders if it hasn't already. Increase slightly versus actual increase. Levy to citizens for the next 10 years, so it's forced to take part in maintenance work on a county road. So this modifier increases the lower the development is, like if it's increased 3 but development below 30, development growth increase for every development below 30, and popular opinion increase for every development below 30. Levy to citizens. Big jump. Big jump. Offer Courtier. Hey, sister-in-law and friend. You're a bodyguard. Oh, he's pretty good actually. Even though he's a drunkard. You got it. Come on over. After thoroughly scrutinizing all the documents I could find, I managed to wrestle out some extra budget I can reallocate to alleviate some of the local infrastructure issues troubling the county. I need to figure out which section of bureaucracy is most in need for some extra aid. Well, of course, the local garrison's been struggling as of late, as we all know. Just to control. Hey, low natural resources. The realm lacks the essential natural resources necessary for improving and maintaining infrastructure. Wood or stone are rare commodities. Increase the number of forests and mountains terrain. Well, that's the price we have to pay for just going to expanding the open fields out there. There ain't no forests. Perhaps we should look to there. I mean, hell, Clermont has forests. This does. So if we want to expand, Amiens, you might be next. You're gonna be next. Despite the many problems and issues I faced here, I feel like I'm starting to get a good understanding of how to get my way around here. The landholders, the local guilds, are starting to accept my way of doing things. Just need to stake out a path for the future of this county. I need to find the right people to lead it there. Well, these are the last of my challenges here. Now, with low resources, what does that do? Well, it increases building cost and time. Get more forests or mountains, preferably forests. Because our realm's getting more coastal and not enough inland. Looked impossible at first, but I somehow managed to find a way to start putting things right and ending some local corruption and bandits. Though it's only a first step in the right direction, it's crucial for the county's future. We now just need to ensure we stay on the right path for the foreseeable future, as planned. Meager economic potential. Your realm lacks rich land suitable for urbanization and economic exploitation, significantly hindering your taxation capabilities. Increase the number of farmlands or floodplains. So this lowers the monthly income and court grandeur. So we need more forests, and farmlands are needed, which up there's got some. Which kind of gets me to thinking, how does West Francia deal with this terrain issue? I mean, yeah, they do have coastal access. But do they have resource issues? No, they don't. They're in the land of plenty. Aha! Charté. Charté's got farmlands. It's part of Lyon. And it's got a very weak realm. With weak allies. Well, at least now you know what you're going to be dealing with in terms of resource management. At the center of Abbeville, there's a large church with everything else in the city settled around it. As soon as we enter the holy building, a man comes running over. My lord, you look like a man of means. Would you be willing to donate our church? Scraping and bowing as he holds out his hand shamelessly. I see there's some minor work being done around the building, but it's not nearly enough to make it up for the church's shortcomings. Of course, small donations only in order. me see. Train commander's skills. Do you have any commander traits since you are one? Oh yes, we gave you rough terrain expert. Organize a major venture for the next 3 months in order to improve your commander skills. All your courtiers' commander skills, all your vassal commander skills. Naturally, only characters already possessing commander skills may qualify. Learning plays a major role to the chance of improving a commander skills by how much. Also important to the success chance of having a martial education. Roughly speaking, any character of average learning, and without martial education, will have 50% chance of improving all his commander skills. Organize, plan, implement. Go ahead with that. What is this travel itinerary? Artifact. Local arbitration. That's to improve the county, at least down here. It only works if you just move your capital and decide to begin arbitration there. Like development's good enough. 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Now, help out with the development over there in this zoo. Needs to get up to 20 as well. It stopped. Rosalind has come of age. An active enthusiast child. It's no surprise that she's done well in her studies of war and combat. It is impressive to see such skill in someone so young. She displays a level of insight that is rare even among veteran commanders. They grow up so fast. She's an exalted commander and a flexible leader. She's got a snake-like demeanor. So, like, if again, I'm a bit stumped of how can my daughters be knights? Even though our culture says nothing about that. It's men only, but yet some are allowed. Let me see. Because none of the cultural traditions that says something like that. Unless there's an innovation I must have missed. Because I'm a bit dumbfounded. Oh yeah, in 2 years' time we're about to get royal prerogative, which is good. Because after this, we want... Oh, that would be cool to have. It would be wise to have hereditary rule, so you can act partition. Claim fabrication. Yeah, his opinion of me doesn't like it. Perhaps, Your Holiness, we may see things our way. One day. But it'll be very hard. Oh, and he's a Saxon. Following the complex theoretical and practical military exercise, it's with joy that I reckon my military skills develop further. Under right circumstance covered by various expertise, my values field command improved. Day to remember. Alright. Now what of Stephanie? She did get hers approved. Only approved if she were to fight in the mountains, hills, and wetlands. And there's a little bit of wetlands here in Harcourt. Wetland farms. Pay ransom. 31 gold, excellent. Wow. Low country. Caravanserai. It's plains, but we'll have to build wetland farms. Which actually makes building construction cost cheaper. And it's cheaper than farms and fields. Because my plan was going to be build a trade port, but no, do wetland farms. Prince Bishop Thomas's feast. I'll be there. Loses rank. Now it's claimed knight because Stephanie is actually no longer the acclaimed knight because she had to be regent. We'll have that corrected once I return. Ah, the king is here. See if we can befriend him, get him on his good side. Trade power remains the same. My best friend, Countess Arcedis, cracks her knuckles she's Gazor. My impeccable best friend. Such times we shared, such memories, and as always, it's a joyful day when I'm blessed with your company. Ah, yes, nearby Rain enthusiastically just. People tell the tale of your past when Countess Arcedis became friends of Marquess Jordan of Normandy. Ah, a wonderful day indeed. A little bit of diplomacy lifestyle experience here. Stars already feast. It became an exceptional thanks to the presence of my bishop. It's taking much of the evening to get myself close to King Aldebert if I'm making it feel forced. That's all. The best friendships are natural, and I want him to think it is spontaneous. By St. Matthew, extols my favorite discussion about. That was a heavy course. And stood out the last way to one who sits too heavily his stomach. I simply cannot believe that the serfs keep serving their master. Look at this poorly. Of course, you are a big, giant, dumb. It's a poor choice, I think. He'd like to talk more. Alright. Rumors have been circulated about Duke Bernard wanted to curry favor with King Aldebert, confirmed his answer again. My dearest liege, it's so lovely to see you. Knowing that we meet here, brought you this marvelous pelt as a token of my appreciation. King Aldebert grins his studs animal hide. Say how happy he's receiving the gift. When I was at risk of missing this opportunity to prove my standing. Oh. I declare a toast to the king! These survives the noble conclusions. One evening remaining that's expected. That's Prince Bishop Thomas's toast as a guest of honor. The king. It's a decent speech, if a bit long-winded, but that's how usually these things go. Some will guess claps and move politely when it finishes. Some more enthusiastic than others. Hear, hear. At least we tried. Wine, ale, fine food. What better relief from the troubles of the world than a night of revelry? As each resends, I find myself planning the next. Wonder who will come. I wouldn't mind being an eager reveler, as I do have a habit of being into a lot of feasts. You just can't go to war, alright, because you don't have a claim there. Plus the border war against anybody that's outside of my room. Oh yeah, he was the good spy master. Damn. All these people. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to give it to you. Because I don't trust anybody else. Especially one that's rival with me. Now why on earth would I want the Kingdom of Italy? Stall gifts. Yeah, sure. Just peasant uprising that you've got down there. Jeez, what happened to you? No, 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 no. Move the rally point down there. I'm on my way. It's only intervening a war over there. Renown up. Rosalind and Normandy. She leads. You got it. Now let her lead the army this time. Godfrey, you're the regent now. Irish celebration 63 gold gain. Ah. You lost. that's the count down there. My nephew. Fuck it. I'm still feeling fine. Despite all this. So we do need more forests, but I've already committed to VIET. Normandy adventure against Flanders. Problem with that is a lot of things. Devotion to and also if you win you can only get a contest tiles with the Normandy tiles destroyed and Beautiful and all that stuff. Because that's how the Norman conquest, you know, when they went up to England. Don't do that. Cattle lands constructed. At least cheaper building costs will be up there now. Offer me a award. So, I will be raising this princess who is sickly. Is this a joke? I mean, yeah, sure. Vincent. There you go. Gosh. Don't you want learning? If you're going to be a nun, you might as well go for learning. Because I highly doubt they'll accept warrior nuns in the ranks, but they've been pondering that. Kiss from a dog. Is warfare really the appropriate options? Since I haven't been trained in stewardship myself, I find them taking on so we can do the same for her. Nah. Leave it be. Young alleged King's daughter has at last arrived from West Frank for her education. Once she is settled in, the lessons will begin. Excellent. Can't convert her culture to be a Norman. Not particularly interested in Normanization at this time. Normanization. We're willing to spread the culture, as there is some good Norman minority there. We're brotherly peoples, but we just want to make it feel more at home. Royal prerogative. That means I can get my crown authority higher whenever I need to. Especially when you get up to absolute, where you can change the laws. Hereditary will be next. We'll get in 25 years' time, which won't happen in my life, in the rest of my lifetime. It'll happen under Stephanie. I mean, I've never really been a pious person, but maybe perhaps in my damn old age, that I should raise the money to go on a pilgrimage. Pilgrimage to where? Jerusalem. Whichever way is quickest. Well, we need to raise funds first. Because going on such a journey. First time it happened, I barely even give it a moment's thought, but my vassal now has grown bolder. His challenges no longer pass unnoticed among my vassals. He's testing my limits. The others are sure to follow, unless I give him to taste his own medicine. Alright, you damn man. Fearless Ravener. Very greedy, very bold. Marketer sets the soul, shut him up. Over the course of several months, the dynasties in my region are all planning a grand forum meeting, to which of course I'll be invited. Everybody's expecting me to deliver a speech in a conference explaining how to address matters of state, while delving on my dynasty history and feats. I must however decide if the risk of delivering an uninspired speech is worth the hassle, and I just let everybody down by attending but staying mute. I mean, I am a shrewd person. I'm not facial, not calm. My learning isn't high, but I do have high diplomacy. Oh, try to deliver a speech. Give it a go. As it turns out, his wit's far sharper than I anticipated. As I commented on the sense, so immediately turned the situation made me look petty to answering genuine problems. Knight remarked, "You win this time." Yeah, she's the master commander and a military engineer, but she cannot be a knight because she is a nun, a warrior nun if she were to defend herself. When my turn to deliver the speech came, I was able to summon all my skills in order to explain a host of subject matters, always casting my dynasty in a positive light. It was obvious for anyone present I commanded my own words in a wise way to easily grow my own prestige as well as around on my dynasty. Woo! Very good. You know, I got another way to get prestige up. I mean, renown up. Get a local Christian building going. Build me another monastery. I shall consider a donor portrait of the close family. Room to rule. There you go. Her diplomacy increased by 2. It's up to 20. Rosalind's marched up to 3. Elaine's marched by 1. And Millicent's diplomacy is going to go up to 3 as well. So perhaps diplomacy is going to be another route for her. But if you were to ask me, like, who's the best skilled of them all? She's got the brains and brawn. She didn't inherit anything genetic-wise, but she's a better commander than Stephanie is. And Millicent, well, we don't know much about her yet. Current state of affairs is changing with the rise of Krylos, the foreign basilisk of the Vassal of Rome, seeks to expand his power over Sicily. He's already increasing his military, political, and economic presence in this region, and local warlords and patricians are wary of his ambitions. Frontiers like Sicily are not the most stable or peaceful of regions. Despite the new developments in the region's trajectory, it remains to be seen whether it'll change anything in the long run. Things got interesting again in this land between three worlds. Need the werewolves too. Need that for raids in the future. Get rid of the stag. And you're never going to use this thing. Break it down too. Repair that. Anything that's got health boost is worth saving. And also you may want to destroy that court artifact too, because you're not going to have a royal court in 36 years time, so there's no reason to have that. Repair that. Just nodding my head and just say, yeah, I think we're good here. Hey, why aren't you using this? You're using a diplomacy milestone. Get a diplomacy book. I mean, I simply went to there just to get that. It's not until next year that I'll be able to switch. Which, if I were to switch, since you've been in expansion, so you might as well go for Marshall. Not particularly interested in getting the learning up. Oh yeah. Our income is good again, so. Is there a way we could say, hey, you're no longer going to be the dam? Or not? Other than, you can just dismiss him. Legend spreads around. Great deed of the West, the Kingdom of West Francia. King Althebert created a legend. It's a heroic legend. The victors. Oh, damn. Not in range. In range. In my lands, this will increase the popular opinion, and the station men at arms damage will increase. I want you to commission donor portrait, close family, for the renown. It's 100 renown. No, you just wait. Although inviting Norse settlers is cheaper now because of the situation here. Domain taxes up would be good to have right now. Go ahead. Alright. I've come into contact with a band of Norse adventurers that led by a man named Kari, who expressed interest in serving me. Kari agreed to provide something in return for me, allowing his band to move into my territories. Though notorious as warriors and raiders, the Norse are also cunning in commerce and widely traveled. The Scandinavians' extensive trade networks are a valuable asset for any businessman or ruler. As it so happens, Kari has the experience of traveling and trading, and is offering to bring traders to my territories to build a productive trade relationship with me. Lastly, I could see if I could ask to help me defend my territories against excursions by the hostile Norse. No reason for that. You know, reprieve. So excellent, that's good enough now. So for the next 10 years, diplomacy +1 and stewardship +1, and domain taxes up. Wanted it just to keep the income going. 18. 15 years? What gives? Confrontation, balance. I guess I could go no further. Last night I had a terrifying dream. Demons in the service to Saint came and took me into some sort of room where all sorts of gory and horrifying spectacles could be seen. Daytime it was a burning metal rod, and they were about to start torturing me until I woke up screaming. A terrifying experience, all in all. But thank goodness it was just a dream, right? You know what? This is a lesson for you to be a more faithful Catholic follower. I did say I have plans to go on a pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Texas. Damn surveys. Yeah, development is Haveled now. It can't go further. It'll take 15 years before you get it up another level, so there's no reason for that. So just increase the domain taxes. Let's see if we could get a few extra taxes for my wife. At 45 years old, she's pregnant. What if it's a son and it'll screw up that whole line of succession like we had everything set up for them? Good for my son, bad for me because I won't be around long enough to see him into adulthood. And if he's healthy. Please remember, I'm married to a woman who has strength. I couldn't believe it. As things stand, my liege plans military exercise to hone our commander's skills to better prepare everyone for war. Following the complex theoretical practical military exercise influence, with this man semi-intellectual capabilities were not enough to grasp the new theoretical concepts of truth. Sadly, I did not improve my military skills. A day to forget. I didn't know we were still doing that. You could promote someone else's legend, but it's going to cost you. I could not believe it. For the first time in 6 years, and me being impotent, I still got it. And these are all legitimate children. I didn't need concubines. Because I didn't want to screw up the line of succession in a way where, you know, me being a child of concubine and speed heritage or something, we don't want to have another one who has a stained reputation. We didn't want that. Hey, we do need people in the ranks. So you probably want to switch focus not on martial, but learning. Just to get this. Because you may never know that your new heir will be that. Plus, development growth. So try again. Okay, 7 years time. Okay, we're back at it again. 11 years, it says. Damn! What a delightful day it is. The wind is refreshing, the sun is warm, insects chirp happily in the undergrowth, everything seems bright and vivid, all because the Kake-san Nona is finally blessedly dead. Oh yeah, she was named Nemesis from that one time. I can't contain my grin as a train of her friends and file past me, on their way to say their last goodbyes. The scowls I get in return from the breed only makes me smile wider. As turned apart, the young beggar's eyes go wide as my smirk as I cheerfully flip a coin for such value that his entire family will eat well for weeks. It's time to move on. Hey, wait a minute. Local arbitration, remember that? You can work on improving the county, which you could give inspired levies, or having corruption, or investing in development. It's random. Travel itinerary. Produce an artifact which depends on the choice you make related to the traveled region. Damn, so many things to do. Okay, temporarily move to Lisieux, and then perform local arbitration over there. Okay, hold on, damn it. Oh, thanks for the money. This is why I have friends like these. At times it is necessary to meet the local sheriffs and mayors to ensure every step of the hierarchy works as intended. The subjects are sure to appreciate this gesture. Begin arbitration. Investing in development. There you go. It takes 3 years, but now I must return. Well, capital. And you can't move it again. Wish I had the time to invest for all y'all's buildings. But, heir to the Duke of Anjou. No thanks, I got plenty on my plate. Don't go to that pilgrimage yet until we see if it's another daughter or it'll be a son and heir who will inherit everything and thus screwing up that minus section once more. Let us see. Nine years. Okay, it's another daughter, not a son. Emma. Your name. Okay, no sons then. The future is female then. Now. 58, turning 59. I think it's high time for us to go to the pilgrimage to Jerusalem. Here it is. We're going long. Extra piety. Willing to risk it all. Just take me to the fastest route you could. Yeah, you may want to make a quick stop over there in the Kingdom of Burgundy capital. Traveling by sea will not be an issue. In fact, there's little issue with the travel. Since you're going to be so pious these days, venerate local shrines while you're at it too. Stephanie will be there. It'll be ceremonial, because I want to bring almost everybody over. In fact, you can bring everybody over. Because you got good income. Should be reflection. Alright. Kingdom of Italy. Go by sea. And then after that, make a little bit of a stop in Sardinia. Kingdom of Sardinia, Corsica. And then on our way to the sea again. And then while you're in Jerusalem afterwards, just go travel around a bit. To visit these places. Including the capital of the Abdulahid Empire. Petra, Church of Nativity, and then why not also head to yeah, you head there, but then you will go to the sea and then take a short stop to Cairo in Egypt, and that place too. And then after that, Giza, then Alexandria, a little short stop in Crete, and then we're back. Okay. This is a 2-year pilgrimage, roughly. And I wanted to experience Jerusalem for myself. And everything else around it. Got it. Get it. Got it. Good. I'm sickly. Even when on the pilgrimage, the priests still hold mass every Sunday. It's held out at open when no church is nearby. But this morning a storm has rolled in and has not ceased. Undeterred, the zealous priest is standing out in the pouring rain, giving a sermon about perseverance in the face of adversity. Despite this, the size of his audience is rapidly dwindling as discouraged adherents seek refuge from torrential rain. What's a little rain to a faithful Catholic like me? Passing through the county of Ile-de-France, we take the opportunity to visit the Church of Saint Denis, a West Frankian center of Catholic authority and worship. Arnaud, the local minor priest, gives us a tour on the grounds of buildings. He relates the history and points out the artworks produced by the local monastics who are now gathered in their midday prayers. Only a callous character and cynical would say that. I'll join in prayer to God. As my entourage travels to a small town, I feel a tug at the hem of my clothes. Turning to look, I see a thin, raggedy man staring up at me. Oh, great Lord, I beg of you, could you spare some coins for the poor beggar? I'm starving and none of the locals will aid me. Though I'm indifferent to the plight, being on a pilgrimage reminds me that the compassion and less fortune is expected from all devout Catholics. As a greedy person, I said, go get a real job. Earn your keep. No, my lord, please have mercy. My sister is sick and desperately needs medicine. If your money could save her life, please, we'd be most grateful for you. I said, no! Now scream! Beat it! My health is doing poor because I'm slightly in debt, but we'll be out of it soon. VIET is one of the stranger people I've met on this journey. Seems to be a firm believer. Also expounds on the true nature of God, what all that means. At night, his tent is lit by candles within. Occasionally strange chanting and unusual incense flows from him. I'm only unprepared as he bids me to enter. 1 second. How does being in debt affect my health? Or is it just due to having that greedy trait? It doesn't say anything about it, but it does. Slide in depth, in depth, 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 depth. No. No, thank you. This all smells a heresy to me. While traversing the hilly terrain of Burgundy, my party decides to take a break at a remote monastery. As I rest, Aubrey, my nostalgic companion, comes across a dusty old tome in the monastery's library. My lord, I found a fascinating book called a Livre de Ville. It's filled with the tales of mythical creatures and magical beings. Studying this book could reveal valuable knowledge, also might attract unwanted attention from those who believe in these legends. Ponders whether to delve into the secrets of the book or leave it be, as monks and monastery watch it with curiosity. Let's study the book. Knowledge is power. It retains valuable knowledge of the book, enhancing the party's understanding of the supernatural. Well, upping the travel safety is good. You just want to make it a safe journey. Visit its capital. Pass through Marseille. Yes. That's what it's called. Powerful vassals have gathered. Give it a shot. You got him. See what kind of law changes we got. Praise God. Large Catholic monastery complete. 75 renown. Each time you build these buildings, it does increase, what you might call it, development. Maybe you should have built a Christian building in this city next time. Turned 59 and I'm feeling poor. It's getting there now. As me and my party traverse the hilly terrain of Sardinia, I'm invited to join a local celebration. The villagers are performing the Ballo Sardo, a traditional Sardinian dance that has been passed down through generations. The dance is a vibrant display of local culture, with dancers moving in intricate patterns to the rhythm of the music. Locals invite you to the dance. Participating might improve your relations with the locals, but there is a risk of ridicule if you perform poorly. For the learning. I saw this step in Constantinople, how dances travel. I discussed similarities between Sardinian dances and those of the other Mediterranean peoples. The elders appreciate your interest in their cultural heritage. There we go. Okay, it was originally meant for the sun, but learning for level of devotion. Go ahead. Plus my health's poor, so just make it last. Stephanie will be ready to rule, no doubt. As she is how old again? 22. Good age. She'll be in her mid-20s soon. Sharp gusts and lingering squalls kept this ship tipping and rolling for hours. I stand on the deck, clutching further into its mess. I see the chest carrying my monastery's horn has come loose. No, not the horn. I'm too far to save it myself. The Joffreys would reach. I would risk it fall overboard. Save it! Associated Guild Officers. Always refuse marriage proposals when it comes to my daughters. Why, that domain taxation is high taxes, good for me and bad for the people. We're all traveling here. Alright? We all gotta make it to Jerusalem together. As a family. At least my half-sister and Aubrey. Make amends. Woohoo! Big money. I simply want to make it to Jerusalem before I die. It'll be worth it. To the Holy Land we go. The Holy Land we will go. It seems not taking well at all, this travel. Perhaps the strange sights feel unfamiliar or that simply I don't get along with the local weather. Either way, my coughs will persist for weeks. This why I could barely muster to get us straight out of bed. This is Lord's will. My health is poor now. I'm ill. And this is going to be it for me. But can I make it? Yes, you've made it. There's no other city in the world that has a history quite like Jerusalem. In addition to the many other holy sites there, the city contains the whole church of the Holy Sepulchre, built over the combined places where Jesus was crucified, buried, and resurrected. Standing outside of Temple Mount, with my hand on the western wall, I find myself reflecting on everything I have in my journey to this city of legend. I've walked the holy path, and all my entourage members, including you, little Millicent. You're a pilgrim too, Stephanie. You made it. Told you, we all made it here as a family. We are family. Nothing much seems to be happening here. Well, there's one little thing in the activity log. Spent time in solitary prayer, as I did. No events in this pilgrimage. Okay. As our time in the sacred site draws to end, I feel reassured I might not have been the most pious pilgrim out there. I've proved my dedication to the Lord in more ways than one. This being my first pilgrimage, and only. While no pilgrimage is exactly like, I feel confident that I'm more familiar with what to expect in this type of spiritual journey in the future. Jerusalem, it's been an honor. Yeah. It's likely that I'll die here, and I'll become yet another ruler in this dynasty's history to die not in a homeland, but in a faraway land. Through a narrow canyon called the Sikh, Jordan emerges into a wonder. Before stands a temple facade directly to the rose-red cliff face. Its columns and pediments as grand as anything in Rome or Constantinople. This is Petra, the legendary city of the Debutantes who once controlled all the incense trade of Arabia. The local guide offers to show many tombs and temples hidden through these canyons, carved by people whose language and customs have passed down living memory. Search these tombs for treasure. 100% chance of HMO. In a forgotten chamber, discovers Nabatean coins and jewelry missed by previous looters. Our journey was unfortunately brought us directly to the wastelands of Anias. We're not prepared to take this long stretch without a single source of water, and many of my companions have begun to look as awful as dried turnips, or carrots in this case. I need to do something and fast. Nobody should get dehydrated. That's a death of me. So, my Allison drinks like a horse. No more. She's severely dehydrated, but she's still feeling good. Fair taxation. More gold. Astronomic. Damascus. I think I know a cure, I hope. Will I recover from illness or will I die? Reached. A cluster of black goat-haired tents appear on the horizon, and Sue Jordan is welcomed by a dignified Bedouin Sheikha. Silver-bearded and sharp-eyed, he sits on offering hospitality. To refuse would be a grave insult. Around the fire, bitter coffee is served in tiny cups while the desert stars wheel overhead. The Sheikha speaks of the old ways of honor and blood, of the desert that gives life and takes it. Thank him, retire. The journey continues at dawn. So the preparations without overstaying. Jack nods. I'll put up my manners. Ditch! Guess we can go for that. They on. Find the goof. Taxman's here. Now get out of this damn desert and return to sea. Then we'll make a short stop to Egypt. Now begun to rise. Jonah witnesses the annual celebration that greets the life-giving flood. Villagers parade around the river banks and music and offerings, thanking God for another year of abundance. The waters carry rich black silt from these mountains, promising fertile fields of full granaries. The village elder invites the child to join the festivities and share in Egypt's greatest blessings. Tell me the meaning of these rituals. It's an ancient tradition. Elder explains how the flood stars blends with ancient Egyptian customs and Christian thanksgiving. Fascinating syncretism. You done fabricate the claim? I ain't dead yet. Pass through the cognate of the Nile. Empire. Treat the bitch. The guy went missing. Will I recover or will I die? I cannot declare war because I'm out traveling. May this be all for naught? At least I'm giving my children plenty of experience for the lifestyles. Tenets. While traversing the rugged hills of Crete, my party encounters a shepherd, Jatab, who invites you to partake in a local tradition. Serb explains that Tenets are improvised rhyming couplets, often witty and pointed, the popular form of this expression among the Cretans. But the mysterious claims I, Jatab challenges you to a friendly contest of crafting Tenets about your journey. The that Aubrey represents us. Aubrey crafts of ease. Impressive the shepherd and onlookers for his eloquence. Nature provides for us. Immersion's fever. Major typhus outbreak. Oh, they're referring to that one. Not, this thing over there. Which is the Volipox. We'll stay away from there. Just travel by sea. Don't go inland. I'm still ill and I'm still likely to die. Ah, good. Now I got a reason to imprison your ass. Raise the army. Actually, hold on. Move it back to here. Here back room soon. I want to get rid of him. Since he's been excommunicated, we have a good reason to revoke his title. I live! Well, that means I get to live a few more years. So yes, sir. Alright. That man must go. He's been excommunicated, he's a murderer. It'll be a tyranny war, and that means this gives me an excuse to revoke his title. And it's got good development planned, no doubt about it. Oh, they just arrived here. You got it. The roads at Tarascon winds and sun-baked hills of fragrance with thyme and rosemary as my party pauses at the roadside to the Virgin. Wild-eyed peasant comes down upon the path, his clothes torn and face pale. The Tarsk is cast. Assaulted by the river. The beast like a dragon with a shell of a tortoise, 6 legs, and a tail like a scorpion. It devoured my goat whole! Causes himself weeping. Saint Martha drove it away in the old times, but it has returned. Priest says cannot be, but I know what I saw. Behind him, the Rhone Valley shows the heat. Large shape of the ruins moves in reach by the river bank, or it's merely a wind, as it points out. There, do you see? Party skirts to occur. The shape, but the shape it was has vanished. I've tracked beasts across continents. I'll find it. I examine the tracks, the droppings, the pattern of the structure with a hut to springs up. My verdict? Something large, likely reptilian, definitely not supernatural. A massive river turtle, or perhaps an escaped exotic beast from some lord's menagerie. The peasants disappointed by Monday conclusion, but expertise is a way of deflating legends. Okay, we won the battle here. We got a damn good fort here. Destroy this army and then begin the siege. Don't let them gather. That's the Count himself. Capture him. If you can. By God's nails are going to be light. Keep capturing more of your men. Do it again. Get that Count. I was watching those that played the other children. They tried to push her. Soon a brawl broken out among the children. She gave it as good as she got. Cheese me in Normandy. Alright, I'm home. Let me take command now. Because you've been doing a good job for yourself. You know what? Give Stephanie command. Let her have her time. Accept the gift. Thank you very much. We got a lot of money that's set to be inherited when Stephanie becomes the Marchioness of Normandy. No, I remain greedy. Greedy to death. This is laughable now, but still. It would be cool to see her in action and have a command. Each victory she brings, it'll improve her. It may improve her skills as commander. Just take the damn place. It's laughable at this point unless we get the actual objective. Let him go. He's got no army of meaningful capacity. Actually, don't we have someone? No. We had, but gone since. Just standing over there for. At least wash your hands. Maybe I'll die a natural death for once. Throw that in there. Big loot, though, if once you have this captured. Oh, I didn't know you inherited. We had a... Well, I can revoke you and take that time. Well, that's a double screw you for you. You fortified it very well. Alright, mercenaries. Hi. Where are they? Someone's trying to steal an artifact from me. Small interruption. Come on, come on. Hurry. I step out of my tent, the siege kind of sprawls up before me. Um, but she just became the acclaimed knight right now. With maze and tents and log palisades, flags and standards flutter in the fading light, pillbusters about, loading mules and checking supplies. The thin column of smoke climbs above the camp. The smell of cooking fires fills the air. My lower retainer approaches as far as the siege is ended, and Magetta, my bodyguard, is head to the edge of the camp. A barony of it stands before me, a canyon of shattered walls. In the fields between, the dead and dying lie prostrate, ashen, mouths slack, eyes empty. The stench is overpowering, sickening, and nauseating. In the clearing outside of the sunken village lies hundreds of bodies. Grieving widows wail with their empty eyes petrified by fear. Rotting bodies line the streets. Get everybody. Go defeat the army right now. And they arrived at court, so in meantime, we got a ransom. Give it to me. I know it says 100, but now it says 125. And the prestige to go along with it. And you too. Captured some rich people. Right on. Just want to see Stephanie lead the charge. The enemy has the advantage. Emma will live. Captured another prisoner. And that'll be it. I'll be taking both of your titles, and it's going to be for keeps. You lost that one. And the other one as well, because I have a legitimate claim to it. Fabricated. Shut up! You know what I mean. The coast is mine. And sure, it's going to have its effects on the domain limits, but we're going to split it up. So, wait 1 day to register, and now, let's see. Millicent will get deep. Rosalind will get here. Stephanie will get all this up here. Well, we'll go to Emma. Millicent get April. Rowan, Stephanie. Sue, Rosalind. Fair is fair. Yeah, this is going to hurt a bit. And I wish that we had well, there is one way. Just to make it easier for myself. Get another +1 domain limit. But I'd be losing out on the good holding taxes, so maybe I'll just die rich then. But the control, man. Guess we can go on one more inspection. Hey, this way, dummy. It's a short walk. You can come too. I just want everything to be at working order. As usual. Pay the ransom. 12. Hampering corruption. Excellent. Going through the taxes taken by my local stewards and viceroys, You notice clear discrepancies between what has recorded in certain areas and what I received. Irrelevant of who exactly is at fault, it's clear someone needs to pay. Locals have already paid their due, but they're easier to squeeze than the ones that are actually responsible for these mistakes. Oh yeah, these nobles will pay their due, one way or another. Make an example of those so the rest know what's at stake. There's local garrison's been struggling lately, and it looks like a big jump. Improved control. Oh, this will go up faster. Here we go again with this BS. As much as I would like to give it of what's good for this place, but the development's already great. Boundary construction, but as greediness I must maintain and greedy. All the wealth that I have, Stephanie, is going to be all yours one day. And she gained 5 gold for herself. Okay, it does pay well. Oh, inconclusive inspection. Well, we did what we could here. Hopefully with time things will get better. Dare ya? Please, Stephens, this insane grudge has got to stop. I'm scared to go anywhere, and I jump at the merest mention of a Normandie. My daughter's clearly shaken. I'm torn beneath the risk posed to my family and the need to teach Rosa a lesson. Are you two having sibling rivalries? What's... Are you... None of that, friends. I said, no! I was finishing where we started. My boss as well as lower second side are getting rest is a long time, not to some of the states of the realm. I've started a long time. It's costly for him. Things could get off sour. I mean, if I like the ability to cause a good impression on everyone. Must wake up about the pros and cons of organizing a whole affair. We'll send everybody to the palace. Let's go for it. Willing to throw in a bunch of money for that. Remember, she gets to inherit here, so it's in the works. I mean, that's been improved lately. It's got good development. And this afternoon, while I was traveling between the provinces in my domain to administer my holdings, Count right off of the my spymaster is swift to catch my attention. This thing seems assassination of my person was prevented by the last minute by my spies. Assassinated with his life, there was suspected proof that Mayor Clements of our court planned this vile action. So my spymaster reported. Aye. You try to give me attempted murder. I know you did this. Hey, wait a minute. You know, why don't you just revoke his title, even though it would be considered tyranny? It's not tyranny, revoke his title. Like, just simply get out of here. You have no reason to be here anymore. Throw in a noble to be the next mayor. Easy. Why didn't I think of that? Like, if I see any mayors that I don't like, get out! It's not tyranny, just tell them to get out! can't be doing that all the time, you know. But you get the idea. Oh, you think you're a powerful vessel, huh? You think you're big and tough, huh? Get out! Point me to local. At least you should be more amenable. With time. Doesn't always solve everything. Ha! Died in his sleep after I kicked him out of there. Ha ha ha. Huh. Yeah, he's my rival. Known criminal. I can execute him. Behead or burn to the stake. Behead him. That'll get rid of another one of my rivals. And for your relatives, well, I'm effing sorry. You got money. Give it to me. Everyone else is gonna leave here. I'm gonna die rich. Oh, we could repair a few artifacts that I care. You never cared about this thing. Have that destroyed. Utility isn't really that much concern, so maybe just get keep. That's a. Let's just get rid of it. Over these prize rings. Ah. Go ahead. As the estates were somewhat soon became, could discuss were going on and on about any significant breakthrough. Everyone was entrenched in opposition. The ability to compromise was almost nil. It was also apparent that I was unable to steer and lead the discussions in order to present a more positive result. All in all, this was a frustrating affair where nothing truly relevant was accomplished. Train the commanders, for the sake of my Stephanie. Train knights to increase their prowess. Yeah, all about military training now. Which is to organize proper training knights with less than 21 prowess along the next year. Improving and spending a major amount of gold on several different mock combat situations, risk of injury and death while even trained. You'll increase the performance of your knights in combat by stage over the next year in a comprehensive program of warfare training for them and their retinues. An event will fire when the training and given bonuses and applying possible injuries. I sometimes tend to forget, you know, for this option to increase controls faster, but that's only if we were very wealthy Rome. But we're not that wealthy. Ah, sell the titles, give it to me, and then create a travel itinerary. Where I could create an itinerary and a map over a traveled region. The insights I collected during my travels can be condensed to an itinerary for others to follow and admire. So produce an artifact and effect will depend on the choices you make related to the travel region. Draw it up. The time has come to document what I've learned during my travels, so others can learn from my experiences. A detailed itinerary supported by maps and charts will allow me to spread my hard-earned insights to others. First citizen makes a witch journey. Let's draw the line from this project. Based on your visit to Ducla. How about a map to the Kingdom of Serbia? So this project will be based on my visit to Ducla, the capital of the Kingdom of Serbia. Or in this case, Montenegro. Basically down there, Crna. This will in fact a stronger artifact effect if you have a more traveler trade experience. So give it here. I've passed through Ducla before. Twice, in fact. My journey to Serbia taught me many things, not only of the Serbian subjects, but also how their land differs from our own. The Serbian people have their own customs, and earn their living in different ways than we do. In many ways, the land itself was also alien to me. I set out to describe what I've learned, and we'll have to decide where my focus should be, and what I want for the travelers to know about. Prestige or diplomacy? I will focus on the people and their customs. So, yeah. My dear brother, I've been told that you've been offering titles in exchange for gifts. My friend, if you need a gold, you should have let me know. Wow, you're a true friend. She pays me 50 more. Thank you. As of late, been worried about the finances around. My council is finishing the details of the so-called salary tax. Charge on my vassals to cover all sorts of expenses of money good. This is not welcome news to my vassals, and I know that I'm trespassing the social contract my rule is based upon, as I have no legitimacy to oppose another tax now. Noting with amusement, my vassals I represent in a council presented a proposal that made him invade the tax. I must decide how to deal with this matter. My greedy ass would like that option, but let me see. I'll assert my position with martial display. I use my superior martial art to convey the message about your true value of the tax. So, having a hard rule perk, I am brave, and I do have a very good martial skill. But I'll adjust for its chance, so it's 50-50. So, do it. Failure. Now, any itinerary must warn the reader of what dangers lie ahead. Traveling through the area always taught me to be on the lookout for ambushes and attacks. The rule of the strong is the law in Ducla. That's pretty much true in most of Montenegrin history. Whether meeting outlaws, local barons, or foreign armies, I always had to be ready to defend myself. To travel in this area is to be prepared for an arduous trek, as the elevation keeps changing at every turn. On a positive side, I still think back on those grand views from the top. Benefits are in the mountains, but around here there's no mountains. Describe ambush preparations for travel safety and defending yourself. Keep writing. At last, as I fill out the last page of my manuscript is with a great feeling of satisfaction. Writing down for what I've learned on my travels is in many ways a nostalgic experience. It has allowed me to relive some of the formative moments in my past while also creating something that can help future travelers. I hope the resulting itinerary and the accompanying detail of my map of the route through the Kingdom of Serbia will stand the test of time. The journey is now coming in, and they calls me the Map Maker. So here it is. The Journey to the Kingdom of Serbia. This is an inventory artifact. It's a journal. This small leather-bound book is an itinerary of a folded map inside, together with a map and a book that illustrate the journey of Marquess Jordan of Normandy to the lands of Serbia. It is accompanied by a detailed map also drawn by his hand. This is a story of a journey through lawless lands where conflict is almost unavoidable, and Jordan's option was how to best to deal with such things. The purpose of the described journey was a visit to the Serbian court, but the itinerary scarcely mentions the capital. Instead, it goes into great detail about the people of the land, their strange demeanor and customs, +3 diplomacy, and +10 travel speed and safety. That's a good compliment. So, if you're going to do any long travels, have this book with you and pair it up with detailed maps. Alright. So for now, just sit here, make your money. Stephanie takes the Norman throne, and then our next plan is continued conquest of what's left of Flanders. Stalwart guardian trait. Unyielding defender now. How about you, Steph? Quite a bit. Again, there is no mountains in Normandy. A lot more plains and some forests, which were having resource issues. But at least we've considerably increased the realm size, in which we are now 9. So ideally, I want this, and even this for the forest part. May even consider Clermont as well. Unless you want to go to Château for the farmlands. Some of its potential of areas to expand for the next ruler. As I can see, the monthly income has halved. But it'll all be corrected when upon succession. So just sit there and be content with what you have. They don't have bailiffs. We do. Maybe you should consider spreading the Norman culture. I mean, look, stop at the development. It's about to be inherited by somebody else. Instead, I want you to start promoting culture up there. Like, look, no Normans live there, but let's change that. Since it's going to be inherited by Stephanie, so we might as well start spreading Norman culture there, which will be a gradual process. Today I have Elena. Spell of Fires, Ball to join her court. They're apparently spellbound to zealously read for description. My daughter Millicent serves destined for greatness. Oh, you too want that? I got ambitious children. They're all competing for lands. Like, who wants to be the next, Duchess? Oh my goodness, of Normandy. Well, you're gonna have to fight for it. That's what's becoming. And Rosalind is the rowdiest one of them all. As a musician. Alright, so I think we'll have to end the episode on. After many months of heavy training and maneuvering, my cadre knights are now more effective in the battlefield. Their prowess, together with the new capabilities of their veterans, is significantly expanded. So, training accident. Enough, had an accident. They'll be healed. I'm joined a nearby Church of Fate collapse. The worshippers, they beseech God and good fortune. It's been some time since I had an opportunity for prayer and reflection. What should I focus on the years to come? Not enough. I'll still pass by then. once, I'll say the future of House Normandy must be secured. And it has. Just a bit more monthly renown gain will do. We'll stop here in the month of March. So in the next episode, it'll be the passing of Marquess Jordan, whose health is poor, and the children of Jordan are about to inherit a couple of lands. And this may lead to some infighting within the Norman realm. Possibly. But it all depends on how they all behave. Because some are more friendly than others. And as well as the continued expansion into the farmlands and forests of northern France and the modern Belgium and Flanders. So, we'll see you in the next episode. But until then, so long for now.